Hello YouTube, it's TheMagnum924 here, back with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Now this is honestly one of the closest battles I've ever had, especially in this game. And this is against Caleb, who I found on the battle spot. So yeah, let's get started. Now this is with the same team I had last time. I'm still trying to work it out, because I do realize in this battle that my team has a couple of weaknesses across it, like Fairy especially. So I'm still trying to work it out, but right now this team is working pretty well for me. Especially Komo, who I'll get into later. So he sends out Salazzle, and I send out Lowell and Raichu. I guess he thought I might set up Nasty Plot as well. Or maybe he thought I might switch for some reason. But I just go straight for a Psychic and kill it. Which, thank goodness, because Salazzle actually, he counters this team fairly well because of how fast she is, and just the amount of moves it can learn. So, yeah, luckily I took that out first turn. So, fearing the Spirit Shackle from Decidueye, I switch into Incineroar, and I love just how much Incineroar counters Decidueye, considering Fire and Dark is good against Ghost and Grass. So, yeah, pretty much anything, barring a Brave Bird, this thing can do to me is not really going to hurt. So I'm trapped in here. That's good for me, of course. So I go straight for the Darkest Lariat, and I guess he was obviously fearing that, so he switched into his Lycanroc. Yeah. And I'm a bit annoyed by just how weak, honestly, Lycanroc is. Like, defensive-wise, he doesn't have the defenses to really be a rock type, if you know what I'm saying. He doesn't really have that high attack power. I know Lycanroc Midnight form does, but... And I know Axelrock only does 40 damage, but, like, that did almost nothing to me. Oh well. So he goes into his Mimikyu, and I was predicting that, so I went straight for Earthquake. It'll be super effective against Lycanroc anyway, plus if he did send in Mimikyu, I didn't want to use Outrage or Sky Uppercut, and it not do anything. So I wanted to get that imposter out of the way, so that way I can come in and revenge kill with someone else. So, obviously fearing the play rough, I switched into Raichu. Now, I was hoping that Raichu would be able to take two, but Mimikyu actually has a lot of attack power, a lot more than I would think. So, I didn't take that very well at all. So I just decided to stay in here, because like I said, I really don't have a good counter for fairy types. I really need a steel type or a poison type on this team. The only poison move that's on this team is Golisopod's Poison Jab, and that wouldn't even be super effective against Mimikyu. So I have to go into Palisade. I know that I can take one Shadow Claw barring the critical hit. And I know it's sad that I have to take that much damage just to get rid of this thing, but it was worth it. I probably could have gone into Incineroar, but I needed him for the Decidueye, but so I didn't want to risk it getting a critical hit or something. Or even like taking so much damage that a Flare Blitz might kill me. So he gets back into the Decidueye, and obviously I was fearing the Spirit Cycle again, and I didn't want to risk not killing it and then being trapped in there and it just be a bad time. He goes for Leaf Blade, which honestly probably would have killed Palisand. So it's a good thing I switched into him, because again, I would resist pretty much anything this Decidueye could use, barring the Brave Bird. So I go straight for Darkest Lariat again, and he goes back into Lycanroc, which I don't know why he doesn't go into his Komo-O, because his Komo-O would have resisted the Darkest Lariat. Maybe he just wanted to send him in free, but I don't know. That's what I would have done. So I get into Palisade knowing I resist, or I am immune to Sky Uppercut. I might survive one Outrage, but probably not. I honestly sent him in here for Death Fodder anyway, but he goes for Earthquake. I guess because it would be super effective against Incineroar, and if I did send in Palisade, it'd actually do some damage. So, and I don't know why he goes Outrage here, because if I did have a Steel type or a Fairy type, which he knows I don't, but at the same time, like, if I did have one of those, then he would have been locked into Outrage, and he couldn't do anything to me for one or two more turns. But luckily for him, I don't, and I go for a Trop Kick to lower his attack power, because I knew the only way that I could kill this thing is to go into the Komo-O of my own and go 1-to-1 and kill him. If So if I lower his attack, then hopefully I can take one outrage and then fire back an outrage and kill him. That's my plan, at least. I do really wish that I could have gotten off a low sweep as well to lower his attack to guarantee that Coma O kills him, but luckily I don't need to because he hurts himself in confusion, thank goodness. I go for outrage of my own, and luckily I kill him. Now, I want to say that confusion hack won me the battle, because I don't think that if he hadn't hurt himself, I don't know how much he would have done. He would have done well over half for sure. But if he got a critical hit, he might have killed me, or maybe he has like super max attack or whatever. I don't know. So I go outrage, and this is another instance where if I had made the wrong decision, I would have lost this battle. My initial thought was to switch into Incineroar to take the Brave Bird and then kill him in the process. Because even if I had killed Incineroar, the recoil damage would have taken out Decidueye. So that didn't happen. Instead, I thought, you know what, that might be a little risky. I might just take it and go into Golisopod and kill him with First Impression, which is what I decided to do. And the reason why I think that not killing off Incineroar then was because Vikavolt easily could have taken out Golisopod and Como if a Rock Slide didn't kill it. So, yeah, because I still have Incineroar around, I can come in just hoping that a Flare Blitz will kill it, and thank goodness it does. So, yeah, if I didn't have Incineroar still, this Vikavolt would have taken out the rest of my team. So, yeah, that was honestly one of the closest battles I've ever had. Just a few mistakes here and there on really both sides would have won either of us the game. So, and that Confusion Axe definitely didn't help him. So, yeah, next time I get a good battle online, I'll share it with you guys if you guys are still liking the series. So, yeah, see you next time.